I was just thinking the other day about the difficulty of losing patients that you've known and loved for a long time. I know we all have this happen. We are physicians, we interact with patients on a regular basis, and sometimes those interactions go on for years. I'm a primary care physician, so generally, I've known my patients for a long time. One aspect of this that I've realized, and maybe some of you've realized the same thing, when I have that last discussion, it kind of leaves a hole in my heart. It feels like every few months I have a conversation with somebody or their family about sending someone to hospice. And what I've found is that hospice is a wonderful service, does a great job for patients, especially at the end of their life. And sometimes people will be on it for a long time, but a lot of times it's fairly short. And what I have found is that I don't see that patient anymore. In general, when we have the conversation about hospice, whether it's in the emergency room or the clinic or the hospital, at that point, I hand the patient over to the hospice company. And I am really privileged to work with some great nurses, and they keep me updated. And sometimes I'll see the family, and occasionally I will see the patient again. But by and large, that last conversation of entering into hospice is me saying goodbye to that patient. The patient doesn't know that because we're usually focused so much on what's going on at that time and why they need these additional services. But what I've found for me is when I have that conversation about hospice, it's usually the last time I see that person. Sometimes I go to the funeral or I go to the viewing or something to honor that family, or I will send them messages. We almost always send a condolence card from the clinic, but it's a little bit hard for me as a doctor to say goodbye to that patient. And we do it in the context of a hospice discussion, but it's one of those areas that's pretty challenging. I wonder what other doctors have found. If any of you have had similar conversations or found a way to deal with this so that it is meaningful for both you and the patient, make a comment. I'd appreciate any insights that you can share. Thank you.